Good afternoon. This is Frank Diaz dropping knowledge. Today I wanted to talk to you about the essence of time. I remember when I was younger, I used to feel that time really ran slower than now as an adult. And I think a lot of us question that. Like, why is it that when we're younger, when we're smaller, when we're little kids, whatever, we feel that time moves slow. Yet as adults, I don't know about you, but for me, it feels like time really moves fast. I think a lot of it has to do with our expectation of what's going to happen next. When we're children, our dates are kind of defined by like Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate, where family gets together and gives gifts to each other. Could be Christmas, could be Hanukkah, could be Kwanzaa, I don't know. And the other thing is our birthdays, right? So as a child, you're really looking forward to those dates, like those holidays or your birthday, so any time in between that just feels really long, especially when you're expecting to go on vacation because of school, all of that, everything feels like it's going to take a long time. And I think that that's the difference when we're adults. As adults, we wish it took longer for the bills to get to us. We wish it took longer for a lot of things, right? For us to have birthdays. We wish we had longer before we reach another birthday, but it just seems that time moves by so fast because we have so many more obligations and things due at a certain time. And so time does become a factor in how we live. It becomes a factor in the things that we're able to achieve in life. It becomes a factor in, are we really putting our best foot forward? Are we sleeping in our laurels? Are we really taking advantage of the time that we have for ourselves? Or are we just letting time drift by with nothing to show for it? I've been trying to find ways of maximizing my time. One of them is to try to put out content on my YouTube videos. Like, that's one of the reasons why. Another one is to try to expand the time that I have to make additional money outside of my 9 to 5. I'm trying to maximize my time, how much time I spend with my children, and even how much time I spend to rest. All of these things have to be maximized. It's not just about constantly working. It's about knowing when to work, when to give your all, and when not to give your all. Time really is of the essence. So you got to think about it like, what are your goals? Like, what is it that you're trying to achieve in life? Are you investing the right amount of time into getting those things done? Are you spending your time wallowing in your defeats or in your losses? Are you spending or wasting time on people that aren't worth it? Are you procrastinating and putting things that you could be doing now to the side just so you can do things that you really enjoy now? Like, what are your priorities? Time is really of the essence. I was talking to my driver because I always have a driver bringing me to work and taking me home. And on the way here, I was talking to the driver that was bringing me here about, how much are we really investing into our lives, into what we want to achieve. If you look at the hours in the day, how many of those hours are really invested in improvement? How many of those hours are really invested in figuring out what went wrong before to not make the same mistake again? Now, how much time are you truly investing to meditate and to find out what's going on inside your mind, inside your heart, inside of your body that may be keeping you from doing other things? How much time are you really willing to waste before you get down and start working on what you need to do? I think every single one of us knows what needs to be done and what we need to stop doing. Have we really taken the time to make a conscious effort in getting those things done? You know, time really is of the essence. You know, I think about the moment I wake up, I'm already thinking about all that I got to do before I leave the house. And from the time I leave the house to the time I get to work, I'm already thinking and planning out what I'm going to do. You know, once I get to work, I already have an idea of how I'm going to approach the day. And if anything else comes up, I already have a framework of where to put that stuff in and how to continue following or following up on any other tasks that I have. You know, before I leave work, I already think about what I'm going to be doing from the time I leave work to the time I get home, and it's usually giving the class. You know, so how you prepare for your day, how you prepare for your week, how you prepare for your wins and your losses is time that you need to invest in yourself. It's time that you need to invest in the present and in the future. Whatever happened in the past is done. There's nothing that can be done now. You know, what's done is done. Ya estuvo. What we've done from that point on and what we're doing now and what we will be doing, that's what we need to be planning out. Where do you want to get to in life? What are you trying to achieve? Have you sat down and marked the steps you're going to take? You know, if you're really serious, that's what you're going to do. If you're really serious about making changes or acquiring a new job, you know, or trying to do something different to make money, will require time. So not just money that you invest, but also the time you invest. You know, it really all comes down to, are you using time wisely? Are you managing your time? If you know you have a meeting at 11, what are you doing before 11 to be ready for that meeting? You know, are you covering all of the aspects that you need to cover so that you can take that meeting? Have you thought about what you're gonna talk about, what's gonna be asked? Have you planned it out? If you're starting a business, have you thought about how much you want to make? Have you sat down and planned it out? Have you taken the time to do the marketing, to understand the market, to understand your product and how you're selling it? All that requires time. So, if you're not using your time wisely, that may be one of the reasons why some of your plans are falling through. And that includes myself. Like, I know that I could invest more time in the things that I need to do. And well, that's one of the reasons why you're seeing me take some time today to make this video. So I hope that everybody really thinks about the time that they're putting into their life, into their future, into the things that you want to do, the time that you're spending with family, the time that you're investing on yourself in resting, because you also have to contemplate how much rest you need to continue performing at the highest level. All of these things require time. What are you doing with yours? And with that, I just want to say peace to everyone, and we'll be talking soon. Take care, everyone. Peace.